Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world, the world away. We now got part 15 of Centuria and Panini collections build the Ferrari F40 Competizione. Now I've got two of these left for this delivery so far. We're skipping a month's delivery. I believe the next delivery is coming in July. We have all had a notification from that from email. Obviously the coronavirus, COVID-19's affected everything for this. But let me show you what we've got to do in this one because we've got a lot of fiddly bits, but the instructions are a little bit ambiguous and I want to show you what I mean by that. So it's probably best to just show you, we're putting some of these cam pulleys on. We've got the belts here, we've got the water pump and the housing there as well for the belts. But number 4 is these two little things here. Now, that's one size and that's the other size. And basically there's a slight difference in size. So I'm just matching these up again. Now, the bigger ones are number 4, which are pulleys B. The smaller ones are number 7, which are pulleys C. You see, it looks like there's 4 all labelled under number 4 there. Then we've got small silver ones, which are A, and even tinier silver ones here, which are A. We're going to need to know those letters because when we get to the instructions, putting these in, it's going to tell us where these go on this picture here. Very important because it does have the potential to put these in the wrong place. But we'll see that when we put them on. I don't know if they can only go on one way or what. We're going to put the belts on, which means we're going to need some tweezers just to make sure this belt isn't twisted. And by the end of it, the engine's going to look just like that. Now, at the moment, this is how the engine's looking. It's quite big and it is quite heavy at the moment. I'll probably weigh this once I've got everything together. We are going to need some parts that we had from last time as well. And that's basically these tops that we had done, if you remember, when we put all the nuts in the side there, and just the gaskets for those looking just like that. So there's only a page of instructions. It shouldn't be too much, but as I said, I think we're going to get caught up with trying to identify parts in this one. But without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, so the first thing we need is the water pump cover, looking just like that. Show you that on the close-up camera. And that's just going to be going onto the end of the engine, just into this section right here. So quite simply, all we're going to do, 4 lugs on the back, just going to match them up there, put that in place. This is going to be held in with one of the A screws here. But the instructions do say they're a type T screw. So if that isn't enough to confuse you, I don't know what is. Now, the screw's actually just going down the shaft at the front there, just to hold this all together. So I'll put that in now. It is going into metal. So I will drop this into a tiny bit of oil just to help that on its way as I secure this in. Make sure that's nice and tight. And when that's in, it should look like that. Now we're going to take the gaskets that we worked on last time. And if you remember, inside these cylinder blocks here, it does tell you what one is. So they've got an R there for right and the L for the left. We've got the same thing on the gaskets here. This says L for left. So I'm going to put this one in first, which basically goes in this way. And we're going to put the L side here, because they are labelled in the inside here, facing this way round with the joints here facing the water pump. And we're just going to press that into place. Just like that. We're going to do the same on the other side here. So once again, put the gasket on. Make sure it's all lined up perfectly correct. And once again, push the top on. Push it into place. And there we go. That's the 2 rocker head covers on. Now this is where we're going to start putting all the pulleys on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the biggest pulley out of these gold packs here. So the ones in this pack are the biggest ones. And the biggest ones are going onto the top spindles here and here. So let's get these out and push them into place. Now they're only pushed to fit. Now if you have a look at my one here, as you can see, the actual plastic moulding hasn't cut the hole enough. So I've just got a round file here. I'm just going to put that in there. And I'm just going to file that so that it fits over there. I was having problems getting this one in here. Now when we put them on, we want to have the open end facing outwards. So that one's now going on absolutely fine. Doing the same on the other side here. So we've got the 2 larger ones now in place. The next 2 gold ones will be the smaller ones. So I'll get them open. And once again, make sure the flat side of these are pointing towards the engine block, and they're going to go just on the other two sides here of the coming out the rocker head. So that now looks like that. Then we've got the bigger silver pulleys here. The bigger ones here are going down the bottom here, just on these two spindles down the bottom. So push them on. These can only go in one way because the holes are only in one side, if you look at that. So we've got that. This is what the detail looks like with one hole the other side here. Once again, I'll just push that onto the remaining pulley down the bottom there. Push them all the way on tightly. There we go. So those two are looking like that. Two more pulleys to put on. And these are the really tiny ones here. So we get these out. And these pulleys just going onto the spindle points, which are these points here and the other side there. So we push these on. And here's the second one. Into place. And there we go. That's all the pulleys in place there. Now we're going to be putting the belts on. Belts come in their own plastic bag here. And just looking at the belts, we've got one side which has got a texture to it. We're going to want that facing down. Other side is quite smooth on the top. So the textured side we do want facing down. And what we do is if we put the top two in place first, I'm going to hold them in with my finger. I'm going to loop it to the piston at the bottom here. Just like that. And I'm going to use my tweezers here just to pull that belt to the other side of that pulley there. So that's the first belt in place. We'll do the same on the other side. Quite easy to do this is, so again, push it down with your finger there, put it round the pulley round the bottom, just like that. And then once again, all we're going to do is push this belt just to the other side of that pulley there. And that's the two belts into place, looking like that. Now it is nice to see that, but obviously we've got the covers to put over this on the left and right hand side now. These are labelled L and R in the inside. So when we put these covers on, as you can see, this is the right side here. This is the right side of the engine. So this is going on this way. There's just two lug holes there that are going to fit into the red extras sections that we've got coming out of the rocker covers there. And they just push into place. So I'll push them in. Just like that. And that looks just like that. And then we do the same on the other side. Push it in. Nice and tight. And there we go. That's what that looks like completed. It's a shame that we're hiding those belts, but as you can see, this engine is looking really good, and it is heavy because it's made of metal. This whole end here is metal. This end's pretty much plastic, but the weight is basically just holding it, so it's falling over this way. But it does look really impressive, doesn't it? And that's all there is to do in this issue today. Now, I'm quite busy today. I'm taking my car for its MOT today, and then I'm going out this evening, so there's going to be no live build tonight. In fact, the next live build is going to be next Tuesday, because on Sunday or this weekend I have my kiddies, which is all good. But on Thursday I will be doing a normal live stream, just where I chat to you. But I do put a proviso on that. I do have a hospital appointment at 4 o'clock, so as long as everything doesn't go overrun, I will be back for 8 for that live chat. But I really do hope you like this F40 build at the moment. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.